So Love Island USA Season 7 Episode 18 came out a couple days ago. Huda chats with Shelly and Sierra about their friendship after feeling singled out in the challenge. Shelly says that her and Ace chose Huda as the center of drama, not to attack her but to answer in the harmless game. Huda says that it hurt her feelings. Sierra apologizes if she seemed distant for the past few days because of the drama with Jeremiah. I'm glad that we see a friendship moment like this because even though nothing can top PPG, female friendship is everything.
Normal day-to-day world. I have a lot of acquaintances, but close friends, too.
Iris lets Jeremiah know that she's feeling a more platonic vibe with Jeremiah and he agrees. They hype each other about Iris's connection with TJ and Jeremiah's connection with Andrena.
About, like, how I'm feeling?
Yes, please do.
I'm feeling more of, like, a platonic vibe with us.
Yes.
Like a good, like, friend vibe.
Agreed.
This conversation was so chill and not intense. Honestly live for this new side of Jeremiah, especially because of his toxic conversations with Huda. This is like a refresher. Amaya says that Austin has been making faces when she calls him babe. She gets emotional because who wouldn't be? Ace was making her out to be too clingy and Jeremiah wasn't interested. Amaya has had a rough start, kind of like Janae. Amaya says she's not going to let anyone change herself and give Austin space.
People in here makes me feel like I'm going crazy.
You're not.
Sierra and Nick talk about how they did the 30-second deed last night and how they both loved it. Sierra feels like her feelings for Nick are stronger than Nick's feelings for Sierra because he's talking to Andrena, and in the challenge, they made out hard. Sierra explains that her feelings are hurt. Like when she explores other connections, she makes it clear that she has strong feelings for Nick, but she's not sure what Nick says to the other girls. Nick just doesn't give the reassurance Sierra wants and honestly reminds me of the situation with Bella. History repeating himself. I love Sierra and I think she deserves better. Ace and Shelly have a lovey-dovey conversation and they seem very into each other. They can have a laugh but also have those serious conversations. Their romantic chemistry is undeniable. I just hope Ace treats her right because he chose Amaya at first when he had the opportunity to choose Shelly. Sierra is visibility sad and Huda hugs her asking what's wrong, but she keeps silent.
You don't want to talk about it all? Okay.
Nick feels the opposite after their conversation. Austin is acting like an ass, explains his problematic social media. He should communicate with Amaya instead of talking crap behind her back.
I want someone that's so fucking crazy about me after 2 fucking days. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking weird to me.
TJ made Sierra tea and Nick takes it away. Huda, Alandria, and Taylor have a chat about Huda's chat with TJ. It's obvious he's not feeling her, but Huda feels they have chemistry. Nick and Ace talk about Nick's chat with Sierra. Ace tells him to be more careful/cautious and that sex changes everything. Sierra and Shelly chat. It shows Sierra that they're not at the same level when Nick can look at her and say that he's fine being in another couple. Sierra refuses to cry and says she needs some space from him. TJ and Iris have a flirty conversation. Honestly, so unproblematic. I ship them together. It's about time Iris found herself a man she deserves.
Who's your top right now, TJ? I'm super comfortable with Iris. I don't know, I like her vibe. Like, she's chill, I'm chill.
Hannah low-key deeses Charlie. She moved on really quick and said her connection with Pepe is more mature. Hannah and Pepe have a nice talk about their life after the villa. Alandria surprises Taylor with a charcuterie type of board. She's so romantic and loves to reciprocate. They bond over their grandparents' fruit trees. I hope they build on their romantic chemistry because they seemed more platonic compared to other connections. TJ tells Huda that he sees her more as a friend. Huda handles it really well and says everything's cool. This shows growth in her character. I feel like Huda and Jeremiah are so good apart. Jeremiah and Andrena have a nice conversation and kiss. Ace talks crap about Jeremiah again. Honestly, it's an ick how obsessed he is with Jeremiah. At first, he was right for calling him and Huda out, but now it's giving jealousy.
How I feel about it is his type came through the door. He's exiting off everybody who's near him. Awesome. Yeah, that's a friend. We just strictly friends. Zooming in on one person, and it's repeating a cycle.
Shelly, Huda, Alandria, and Sierra were voted as the favorite Islanders with Hannah, Iris, and Amaya at the bottom 3. Honestly surprised Huda was safe because of all the toxic relationship with Jeremiah, but some people connect with her, I guess. Alandria is straight up, Sierra is chill, and Shelly too. I think we didn't get to see much of Iris. Hannah moved on really quick from Charlie to Pepe, and Amaya is a very emotional person, so it's not surprising they're at the bottom 3.
Hannah, Maya, and Iris, you have the least amount of votes and therefore vulnerable.
Taylor, Nick, and Ace were voted as the favorite Islanders with Jeremiah, Austin, and Pepe at the bottom. Taylor is unproblematic. Nick has had mature moments as well as Ace. Jeremiah was in a toxic relationship with Huda closing all doors. Austin is playing Amaya, and Pepe is just there. Doesn't add any substance to the show. The girl Islanders had to vote a girl off. Same with the boys. The girls voted Hannah off and chose to keep Amaya and Iris, which doesn't really make sense because she had a strong connection with Pepe and had explored other connections before. Logically, it made sense to vote Amaya off because her connection with Austin was one-sided, but she deserves to find love too. Iris had a connection with TJ, so I'm glad they didn't vote her off. Overall, I'm not super mad at the girls' decision just because Hannah isn't my favorite Islander. The boys kicked off Jeremiah and let Austin and Pepe stay. That makes no sense at all because of Jeremiah's connection with Andrena. They should have kicked Austin out because he has no connections. Jeremiah was closed off, but he deserved a second chance.
They saw we had a connection, like probably should
Talk to the people who just voted for me to leave. Like, especially my friends.
Overall, it should have been Austin voted out, not Jeremiah. A lot of people are talking about not watching the show anymore because the Islanders' votes were all messed up, which is true. I cannot wait for movie night where they possibly reveal the conversation of how they wanted to vote Jeremiah out. It's just crazy to me that he's out before Huda.